Good morning and welcome to Transitional Leadership. I am Kelly Hearn, and today we are diving into psychology, which is my favorite topic. How do you influence people regardless of what position you're in, and how does psychology play a role? So stick around because, again, you are with Kelly Hearn with Transitional Leadership, and you are on the channel where we help individuals and businesses implement leadership and career development to foster a greater impact. And today, we are going to get deep into impact because it's all about that energy that you're putting forth, that influence that you're bringing to the room. And it doesn't matter what role you're in when you do it. It doesn't matter if you are at the head of the table. It doesn't matter if you're the coach of the team. What matters is that you are the person who brings the influence and brings the leadership to drive change. And so I get into some specifics on how to do that in the blog. But what I thought would be really great for this YouTube experience would be to talk about the psychology of it because so much of it is nonverbal. Obviously, that's not going to come across in the blog. But if you want the nitty gritty how to, click the link below so you can head over to the blog and understand that a little bit better. But today we are going to talk about the facial expressions, the body language, the phrasing that all influences someone's decision to follow you with a change, someone's formal decision on how to make things work when that ultimately isn't up to you because you want that influence. It's not about having the control. It's not about writing your name on the paper to say that you called the shot and made things happen. It's about having that impact yourself so that you're the one influencing that decision maker. Because honestly, even when you sit at the head of the table, you still have to have that influence. So picture this. You are the boss, right? You're in charge. You call the shots and you make a decision, but you haven't influenced anyone to follow you. You've just said what was supposed to happen. What's the likelihood that that's actually going to work? What's the likelihood that the team is actually going to do as you asked them to do the way you wanted them to do it? It's not good. That's why we have whole departments focused around project management and change management because we know how important it is that we get people on board. Because if you say you need to enter all of your information into this system and all your team goes, I don't really think that that's needed. They're just not going to do it. They're going to find a way to work around it. Even if it's more work for them to work around it, they're going to work against you because they can and because they don't believe you. They don't buy in. That is what the influence is going to do for you. Now, for most of you who are watching this channel, you're not the one calling all of the shots, and that's totally okay. Because, like I said, even if you were, you would need this message. But if you are thinking about how you're going to influence the committee chair, or how you're going to influence your boss to make a different decision, or how you're going to influence maybe even the head of your household so that you can all row in the same direction at home, you need to be aware of how you're um, implementing these psychological tactics. I'm stuttering because that sounds so cold, right? But how you are displaying these different nonverbals to move people in the direction you want them to go. And obviously, we want that to be for good, right? Obviously, we want to be doing that for a positive reason. We want to implement the change so that the customers are happier. We want to implement some sort of change or have some sort of influence so that the team is better equipped. Or we want to have some influence at home or in our community because we know that it would be best for all if they went in that direction, right? We're trying to make a positive impact on the world. And so using all of the tactics in your toolbox is going to be a benefit to you, or making sure that you're not doing the things that'll work against you is of utmost importance, right? Because if you have the best message in the world, but you look kind of unsure yourself and you're not really phrasing it in the best way and your facial expressions and your body language says that you're not confident, you're probably just not going to work. No one is going to believe you. No one is going to follow you. No one is going to buy into the idea that you have what's best for them, that you have the idea or the plan that's going to take them to the next level. They're going to help them become the best version of themselves. And so I'm hoping you picked up on that. I'm hoping you saw what I was doing there and how that would impact you. If you are fidgeting or playing with your hair or touching your face or creating some sort of scared eyebrows, it's going to have a negative impact on your message. Or said a different way, you're still influencing people. You're just influencing them to do the opposite of what your mouth is saying. And I'm guessing that's not what you wanted. In some situations, it might be. In some situations, you might be repeating the bad idea, but doing it in a way that conveys that you don't think it'll work. But most of the time, you want to be able to convey that confidence. You want to use the body language that's going to say that you know the right way to do things, you know what's best. And you want to convey it in your facial expressions that you are excited and that you are ready to tackle that next big project. So I know you can see the facial expressions. I know you can see some of my body language, but let's think about the phrasing a little bit too, right? How am I saying it differently? How am I making you feel a different way based on how I'm talking? If it's coming out fast and confidently and self assured, does that make you want to jump on board with me? Even if I put the pauses in there to make sure that you are with me and that we're all on the same page and thinking the same thing, do you still understand the confidence that comes across when I do that? I think you probably do, right? I think you probably hear that in my voice. Now, when I'm stumbling over my words, or maybe I'm drawing some of them out a little bit more, that reduces the confidence, doesn't it? That makes you feel like maybe this isn't the plan for me. Maybe this isn't the direction that we want to go. My hope with this video is that you are noticing what I'm doing, that you are noticing the different expressions, the different body language, the different phrasing, and then reflecting on your own. If there's any sort of change that you are implementing right now, if there's any sort of influence that you want to have right now, or even as you go about the rest of your day today, pay attention to what it sounds like and what it looks like when you speak about it. Even if it's just getting your kids to go to bed, think about what your expressions and what your body language and what your phrasing does in that situation. Does it inspire your partner to come alongside you and help? Does it inspire your children to march upstairs to their room? Or does it make everyone just feel like, that was one idea, we could do something else too? So consider that. And if you're hearing this and you're thinking, yeah, that's me, I have so much information that I want to convey, but it is not coming out as confidently and it is not resonating with the influence that I want it to have, then I need you to hear me right now. I need you to understand that there is a better way to do this, that even in all of those small interactions, you are creating a ripple that can become a wave of impact. I want you to click on the link below for the Ripple Effect workshop and just give yourself the gift of a better understanding of what that influence to drive change can do for you in any situation, whether you're the boss, whether you're the employee, whether you are working in your family or your community to make a bigger impact, having the influence that you want to have is going to be the most important aspect of it, because that is what will give you the power to move forward and drive the change that you want to see in the world. All right. So I hope to see you in that workshop. I hope that we can take the time to walk through how all of these things work together and what you need to do to create the influence that you want to create. But even if I don't, I hope that today was helpful for you. And if it was, please share it far and wide, like the video, help more people find out how to influence and drive change for themselves. All right. Have a great day.